Hey, it's Christmas week, and Opie and I have decided to go out for another overnighter. The build on the van is doing pretty good. We've got quite a bit more completed, but I'll show you that later. We're heading over to the Hoosier National Forest, which is east of here, and we're going to check out a few different places this time. So come along with us, and we'll see you when we get there. Well, we had to make a stop at one of our favorite places, the Dollar General store. Picked up some food for supper, and now we're back on the road. This is the little town of Dale, Indiana. East. All right, here's our spot for the night. Campsite number 6. Looks like there's only one other camper in the campground. So that's pretty cool. But this is the winter solstice, shortest day of the year. We're plugged into a 30 amp service. Got the little electric heater going. And this is going to be home for the evening. And Open Eye. We're gonna go pay our $10 fee. The National Forest does this, is there's nobody around. A ranger may drive through a couple of times a day, but most of the time you don't see anybody. But you get one of those and you fill it out and you put your money in it and you drop it down into there, and that is all there is to it. Pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory, and that is a hell of a deal for a beautiful facility like this. $10 for electric, $5 if you don't need it. Gonna take full advantage of it. Well, now that we've got camp set up and we've paid for our site, Hope and I are going to take a walk in the woods. Let's see if you can see the little guy. Where you at, Hope? There you are. Say hi. He just hangs really close. He does a really good job. The weather is about 49, 50 degrees, but the wind is howling. You can probably hear it in the background. See if I can get a shot of it here. These old pine trees are just a-swaying. They're saying maybe even 40-mile-an-hour gust, so it ought to be a loud night, but it's okay. Anyway, anything beats sitting on the couch, right? We're gonna check this woods out. There you go, this is pretty cool. It's like a little pond. This is a real test for Opie. He has to almost walk exactly in my footsteps or he's gonna get hung up. And as soon as I said that, he got hung up. I've been avoiding most of this stuff, but it's pretty hard when it's this grown up. Now we're just getting into how many trees can we have ourselves around. Anyway, there's the pond. There's a trail. Probably just goes around see. Get up here where we get a better view. Yeah. There's a deer track or two down in the mud. That's nice. That is nice. What do you think, Hope? You like it? Alrighty, onward. And back into the campground. Yeah, we didn't go real far. Long enough to get a little exercise. There it is, the stealth camper. It's coming along pretty well. I'll show you everything that I did the past week. Well, let's do a quick tour of the additional build that took place this past week. It's all centered right there on that wall. We put the paneling in and built this shelving unit out of 1/2-inch ply. And that, you know, when you're sitting there building it, it's like, well, what exactly do I want to do, and how do I want things to fit? And basically, I just had the idea to be able to pull this out, which then gets it closer to the bed, and you can cook on it or eat dinner on it or whatever you need to do, because right above it there is going to be the fantastic vent, so it'll suck any cooking fumes right out. And you slide it back over and it gets out of the way pretty nice. There's storage down there. And the way this came about was back behind there is where I had to fasten it to the wall, because that's where the fairing strip was. And I got to looking at it and thought, oh, that's a good place for a shelf. And then this shelf here goes all the way across. And that's the electric panel, which I just wired up really quick to a jumper box. I don't know if you can see it back there in the corner. And it has the controls for the lighting. Number 3 here turns on the lights there. And then you got your back LED and your front LED. And then this is a 12-volt cigarette lighter type plug. And the nice thing is you have 2 ports to charge your phone. And of course it shows your voltage. So that's pretty nice. I will mount the controls for the diesel heater underneath it right there. And that's going to be probably in about a week or so. The next thing that I want to do is get the ceiling insulated and the panel in. And of course we'll have to get the wood frame for the 14 by 14 vent. But I may not cut that vent in until spring. We'll just see. But anyway, there you have it. That's the upgrade so far. Looking good. Well, kind of screwed up. When I went to the store today, I thought, let's just have soup tonight. That'll be nice and easy. Well, I forgot to put a pan in the van, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to heat up some Progresso soup using the jet boil. I don't even have the adapter that I can set the can on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the paper off of the can, and then I'm going to use this little gadget. Like that. And I'm going to hold it above the flame, cook it a little bit, and then stir it. Cook it a little bit, and then stir it. And we'll see how it does. So here we go. Now this is an old jet boil, and that's going to be one of the problems too. Let's pull this out. There we go. Get it out here where it's above the metal more than above, the foam. So these things don't simmer very well. The old jet boils don't do very well at all. This is going to take a long time. All right, I'll get back to you. It's actually doing better than I thought it would. But it's kind of a constant stir. You know, that's part of it though, I guess. Making do with what you've got, right? Yeah. Stay tuned. Still at it. But it is getting warm. And I found that I can turn it up a little and just keep the can moving over the flame, because a jet boil is a really concentrated small flame. But it was inevitable that I would have forgotten something. You know, we're in the middle of the band build, and I just loaded a bunch of stuff into it before I left last week and then again this week. So I'm getting it better though, as far as what I'm actually going to need, and cutting down stuff that I don't need. Obviously I need a pan and the little ring that fits on the jet boil, if I'm going to use the jet boil as my main stove for now. But all that remains to be seen. And this is actually looking pretty good. Saga continues. All right, there you have it. Soup in a can. All right, I'll let you know how it tastes. Well, I don't know if it's a meal fit for a king, but it's actually pretty good. Applesauce, Cheetos, you know, warm soup on a cold night. There's Opie. He's already had some of his dinner. Probably wants some more though. He's wanting some Cheetos. Aren't you? All right, gotta finish. Well, we've had dinner. Been kicked back, kind of watching some YouTube videos, and then edited some on this video. And I think I'm just going to watch a little bit more YouTube and hit the hay. I guess this is the only campground that's open in the winter that has electricity in the southern half of the Hoosier National Forest. So that's why we're back here tonight. The nice thing about it is you do have cell reception, so that's nice too. Anyway, we're going to call it a night, and we'll see you in the morning. Night. Hey, good morning. Yeah, we've been up for a few minutes. The heater did really well last night. We been out, let Opie go to the bathroom. Now he's had breakfast and he's pretty much sacked out. I've got the coffee on, and I've got blueberry muffins for breakfast. You know, one of the main reasons I do these little test expeditions is to see what's going to be needed and any changes that we may need to make in the build. And really and truly, coffee's done. Really and truly, the build's doing really well. We've got to finish the headboard. We need blackout curtains across the front. This door needs to be insulated and paneled. There's a lot of code that comes off of that door. But all in all, everything seems to be doing really well. I'm going to stick with the plan. I think the ceiling's going to be next in line. We'll have to put the wooden frame in, put the Reflectix, the layer of Reflectix in, and then put the Luan up. So that'll be the plan for the next week. All right, I'm gonna have some coffee. I think Opie's had his breakfast. He's going back for some more. All right. You know, what a beautiful way to wake up. Sun shining. The woods is quiet except for the animals. A few crows in the background. Birds singing. And not bad weather for the 22nd of December. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it with you, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Later.